Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the TV5 Morning News on this Monday. Tracy Marcheron joins us from Between Friends Art Center over in Brewer, and I said we'll tell you what these are after the break, and now it's time to tell. These are blackboards, right?
They are. They're chalkboards or blackboards or message
Homemade.
boards. Homemade. That's right. And basically, you can turn anything into a homemade blackboard by getting this chalkboard paint. And it's a spray, so you want to do this either outside or in a well-ventilated garage or a basement. You do have to wait until it gets a little warmer if you're going to do it directly outside.
Okay.
But what I decided to turn into a chalkboard was just a wooden...
You don't need like the regular heavy, thick chalkboards. You can use something, anything.
In fact, the big sign that's out in front of my store that I write messages on, that was a piece of wood also.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
And I've used it for 5 years straight, wiping it down with a wet cloth and starting over again. So you just, first thing I do with any of these pre-made plaques, wooden plaques, is sand the edges because you will have some burrs along that.
Yep.
Every once in a while you have a groove that you need to get to
Do you want to sand the whole front to make sure it's smooth?
Yeah, I would smooth the whole thing just because, you know, that's going to make the paint work better. It's also going to make the chalk write on it better later.
Right.
And then give that a good wipe down. And then you're going to make sure you shake your paint really, really good. Now, this is not a well-ventilated area, so I'm not going to spray it in here, but I'm going to pretend.
Thank you.
So whenever you spray paint anything, you constantly want to keep the paint moving. Don't stand in one place or you're going to end up with a big blop and it may run. It's best to spray with this down flat rather than going this way. Otherwise, you could get drips going down that way. So put a good coat on this, cover the whole thing, and then let that set up for about 5 or 10 minutes and put another good coat on it.
Did you go over, because on these ones, I was wondering if you go over the edges too, but you paint over the top.
I did the whole thing because it doesn't do any harm. It's just going to put a little bit extra base coat on the whole thing anyway. Then you can decide after you've base coated the whole thing. One of my chalkboard samples, I didn't do anything with the edges and I just left that chalkboard. The other one, I took a little bit of acrylic paint, brushed that around the edge, and then I also brushed on some details. What inspired me to do this yesterday was looking at these great three-dimensional stickers by K & Company. They're, I love the designs that this company comes out with, but also I love the dimension of these stickers, and they just peel off. You can stick them directly onto the chalkboard, or you can hot glue them on. And I prefer to hot glue them on so that they don't pop off later. And then after this has cured for 2 days...
So this is going to, you can't use this immediately after you've done it.
That's why we can't write on mine, because I just made mine last night. And you really should let it cure for at least 1 day, but 2 days is best. And then after it's cured, the whole thing is black. You're just going to take a piece of chalk and rub that this way. Rub it lengthwise across the whole board to kind of set it up, and then wipe that off, and you're ready to go. It's then a chalkboard. So I'm going to do that on these two, just in the area that I plan to write after I've let them rest another day.
All right. And we're just about out of time, but you guys have a show this weekend, right?
Yes. The youngest kids in our theater groups have been working really hard on the show Frog and Toad. It's adorable. Great fun for the whole family. Really perfect for young kids.
Start Friday night or Saturday?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have 4 shows. So call the theater. We still have some tickets left for each show. They'll probably be gone at the end of the week, so try to come in and get them, or at least reserve them early. And
the phone number's on the screen there now, so people can call and get those. We'll come back. We'll get a check on the weather forecast with Rob Leidig. Thank you very much, Tracy.
Thanks, Wayne.
We'll be back in just a bit.